Hello and welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I am Dustin. We are taking a look at Amazon. One of the things that's most fascinating here is the complete reverse of what's going on in Apple. Go watch my long video if you want to get a closer look at the biggest stock in the US stock market. Now, the thing that I see about Amazon right now, they have essentially completely reversed trend and they have gone from being down at $128 on the 2nd of August, where they had a 15-day rolling negative return and a 1 month, to now being up on a 1 month 11%, on a 15-day being up 6.5%, on a 5-day being up nearly 6.5%. And goodness, these things are up. It's just a remarkable move that you've seen in Amazon, because when you have good earnings, you have good growth, you have good everything, people just love that stock in this kind of market. Now, you look at the overall signal, you can see we've gotten a go long in the short term, intermediate term, and longer term. No surprise there. We are going to be flipping from bearish, like we were today, to bullish on the short term, intermediate term, and longer term. No surprise there. What I find to be probably the best thing possible is that we are currently coming out of a falling bear in terms of sentiment, which means that the bullish sentiment was essentially falling, which makes sense because we were essentially redlining back here in June. In June, we were hitting essentially new highs all the time. It was like party all the time, party all the time. That's pretty much what Amazon was doing. So when we look here specifically at how you're doing it on the ultra fast indicator, which is a representation of bullishness or bearishness, we don't see it even really getting aggressive yet, which means that this stock can take a lot more heat before it really gets too hot and overheats. When I say overheats, I mean gets overbought. Now, the reason why I'd say that is probably because this thing essentially went sideways for like the entire summer so far. It went sideways from the 22nd of June until it had earnings, and it popped and it went. Now, Amazon might find itself as the new darling of the stock market if Apple really falls out of favor. Go watch that video. I was blown away by what I saw. I do a very deep dive on Apple. We look here at Amazon, though, I can see that the volume, while it is some of the highest volume that we've seen in the past 9 months, it isn't necessarily following through with humongous volume, and that's really positive to see. And I say that because you want low volume, low volatility. You want the volatility to be falling like you see here. So the red line is volatility. The blue line is the price to volatility correlation. What you're going to see is that volatility may continue to fall or may start to break out, but no matter what it does, the correlation is going to work with it. And the reason I say that is because this correlation was rising for quite a while. All of a sudden, Amazon starts to rise really aggressively, and the correlation just goes incredibly negative very quickly because the volatility is still falling. So you believe in what is happening here. When you look at this 9 month trade range chart of Amazon, what we can say is that this thing really doesn't live above the top of its range very much. It does just kind of glide up at the top of the range. But when you see a break like that and the volatility is probably going to start breaking out, it really lets you know that the trend, people are more comfortable, confident, and willing to part with their money to buy Amazon. I mean, look at the range that you see even on the weekly. This thing is screaming towards the top of its range. The top of the range is $151 from where we are right now. I mean, you can't honestly ask for a better look. You can say that the ultra fast, while it is diving from it's kind of going negative, there is no concern because it's still above 50%, and you actually kind of want it like that. I mean, on the weekly here, what is actually really nice is that this thing peaked out at 60% or 59%. It looks like in the beginning of July. It's essentially coming back to the 15-day moving average, but it's not like obnoxious. It's only at 56% bullishness. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long or are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? And before you go, subscribe to the New High newsletter. It comes out 25 stocks into your inbox Sunday at 9 a.m. Go get you some. I'll talk to you soon.